Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
As one of the slowest animals in the world, other than the sloth and the seahorse, snails have a soft body and a hard exoskeleton, which they use to protect themselves against predators. Many such animals in the mollusca phylum are much like these gastropods as well, including bivalves and cephalopods. In fact, there are over 100,000 different species of animals within this phylum alone. Mollusks are even the largest marine phylum in the animal kingdom, comprising of about 23% of all known marine organisms. Some mollusks are found in shallow coastal areas, while others live in the deepest, darkest parts of the ocean. Most, however, live in the bottom sediments, though cephalopods, which include octopuses, squids, and cuttlefish, are primarily a free-swimming species. In contrast, bivalves, like clams, are often found under the sand of beaches and oceans alike. Let's observe the octopus as an example of a mollusk in its own natural habitat in order to understand how so many other organisms survive. Mollusks or mollusca are both on-land and in-sea organisms. Moreover, the organisms that survive on land are generally known as gastropods, which are often composed of snails. Snails are these slimy, slow organisms that have a protective shell made almost entirely of calcium carbonate, and they have a muscular foot in order to move, as well as a radula, which they use in order to consume food, serving as a tongue. All other mollusks have very similar characteristics, as they all generally have a mantle and a visceral mass, which is a protective layer to the shell. Snails and other gastropods consume plants, fungi, and algae. Moreover, they live in grassy environments where it is simple to collect food, including marshes, woodlands, and vegetable gardens. They often live wherever their own food is contained. Furthermore, did you know that snails and octopuses, yes, that is the correct plural term, are actually related? Octopuses, which are part of a class known as cephalopods, are much like snails, in that they are very slimy and share similar characteristics. However, unlike snails, although they do have a mantle, they do not have a physical shell which they can use against predators. Instead, they have 8 arms with suction cups, and a mouth under its body that shoots venomous ink as a defense mechanism. The ink itself, interestingly, contains a compound called tyrosinase, which in humans actually controls the production of the natural pigment known as melanin. Moreover, octopuses spend most of their own lives alone. They generally live in cold, dark waters in the Pacific Ocean, ranging from 60 degrees Fahrenheit or even colder. These seas are fairly shallow as well, as they may live in depths under 330 feet or more. Clams, mussels, oysters, and scallops are all aquatic mollusks, and as such, reproduce by eggs. These eggs hatch into larvae called veliger, and are free to roam the ocean, and they either die or live. They also have a calcium carbonate shell, just like snails and slugs, and they utilize these shells as a protective shield against predators, and it doubles as a home. Oysters are found in the Atlantic Ocean and Pacific Ocean as well. Clams and scallops live anywhere, from freshwater or saltwater. However, mussels are specifically found in streams of freshwater and anywhere in saltwater. While mollusks may seem like a simple phylum of animals with no specific impact on the world, they are in fact very important to the environment. Many mollusks, for example, serve as ecosystem engineers, as they help structure their own aquatic environments while also providing protection and food to a wide variety of other organisms. As organisms with an extensive fossil record, mollusks also help scientists understand past environmental changes and, in turn, they help scientists even predict future changes through growth patterns, since they are also well preserved in many archaeological deposits.
We'll be right back.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Fun fact. Did you know oysters undergo a process known as protandrous hermaphrodites, which is when they are born male but then change their own sex to female? Pearls, which are often used as jewelry, are actually used as a defense mechanism by oysters against predators. Also, sometimes octopuses suffer from autophagy or self-cannibalism. Scientists describe it as eating its own arms. This is caused by stress, as a stressed animal is not a healthy animal or is open to such infections. Mollusks have a ribbon-like tongue called the radula, which is covered in thousands of denticles, also known as tiny teeth. The only animals that do not have a radula are clams, mussels, oysters, and scallops, which are all bivalves and filter the organic particles from water for energy. Last but not least, clams and many other bivalves are often found on shores in Massachusetts. In fact, Boston spent $800,000 in 2011 on a clam restoration project in order to plant juvenile clams into the ocean for fishermen. Moreover, the state has its own recycling program specialized for these bivalves known as the Massachusetts Oyster Project. Alright folks, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed the episode of Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye.